every single fucking waking moment, I kind of just see things like the Constitution and our amendments and all of our rights kind of just get rolled up and puffed until there's nothing left, until smoke and ash. And that shit drives me up a goddamn wall because it wasn't supposed to be that way, yet it is. And a lot of people kind of just sit back because they're complacent with everything happening. And news stories like this just make me wonder, how much worse is it going to get? How many more boundaries are they going to go past? How many more of our rights are going to be demolished and left as just something that happened in the past, something that used to be? Right now, there's a dude named James Evans. James Evans was arrested for posting lyrics to a song on Facebook, something he frequently does. I know too many people that do that, and they haven't been arrested, thankfully. But this is a common practice. I've seen it on all of social media. I've seen tons of websites with doing stuff like that. And this dude was arrested because everybody had taken it as him making some kind of terroristic threat to go and shoot up a school. Keep in mind that the lyrics for this particular song, Class Dismissed, is actually done by Exodus. Okay, and I had to sit back. To begin with, Exodus is one of the pioneers of thrash metal, and actually one of the more important metal bands out there, in my opinion. Now, they made this song about the Virginia Tech shooting that happened quite a while ago. You're going to tell me that a dude who posts metal lyrics all the time, explained to you that they were lyrics, had proved to you and shown to you what it was, you still took him into custody. Additionally, you overreacted so far as to kick in this door and take him away. Take him away from his family and his friends, his job, anything that he was doing. You literally stamped out all of his rights and said, fuck it. And I don't want to hear from anybody that's just like, oh no, I mean, this could have been... No, it fucking wasn't. It couldn't have been something any more than a dude posting lyrics. The fact that we live in such a fucking like overly sensitive, paranoid society is bothersome, because anything, like, you're constantly walking on eggshells and apparently getting tossed in fucking prison. Like, this shit is out of control. The nice thing about it is he's now out of jail, but it's pretty bad when everybody in jail and everybody that's running the jail realized how messed up the situation was, yet he still had to stay there. And the fucking entire police force and everybody that decided that this was a task that they had to go and undertake, everybody that was in charge of this, nothing's going to end up happening. And what the fuck are they going to get? A slap right on the fucking wrist? That's all. Yet something like this was going to happen. Like, our fucking tax dollars at work to go and utilize all these resources, go and take down a dude who posted lyrics to an Exodus song on Facebook. You know that I've posted lyrics to tons of different songs that I like. Ones that were really morbid and fucked up, to ones that were just like funny and amusing and just like, you know, it kind of reflected my current mood. Oh, I should just go to jail. Lordy, lordy, toss this motherfucker in jail because apparently he's gonna just go fucking crazy and shoot up the place. This is fucking nonsense on so many goddamn levels. But one thing, Loudwire ended up getting an interview with the guitarist from Exodus, and he actually had this to say. Gary Holt said, as some of us in Exodus are parents, of course, these things hit close to home. It's every parent's worst fear. These moments are the stuff of nightmares and life, as well as music. It isn't always pretty. But when we start to overreact to things like lyrics by any band, including Exodus, and start arresting people, we're caving into paranoia and are well on our way to becoming an Orwellian society. I could not have said it any fucking better. He was much more articulate about it and a lot less vulgar, but guess what? That's how the fuck I do things around here. And he's 100% on point on everything. It's kind of ridiculous. All of this was because a dude had listened to a song from a band that he liked a whole lot, and his rights were completely shattered. And this isn't an isolated incident. How fucking often do you hear about The police going and stepping over their boundaries, going and overreacting to things where they're sending in like entire armored vehicles and fucking SWAT teams completely armed to the teeth, just go and take on something that wasn't even true to begin with. Fucking nuts. Like, this shit, it bugs me so fucking much, because, I mean, metal already gets a bad rap from a lot of people that automatically assume that, you know, it's a bunch of fucking, like, cult-like people, and soon-to-be serial killers, obviously a bunch of Satanists, drug addicts, and a bunch of other shit. I've been labeled as a lot of those things time and time and time again, yet none of those people are even somewhat near the fucking mark of trying to go and describe exactly what kind of an individual I am. I just so happen to like this kind of music. Just trying to go and say, you know, oh, well, that person likes listening to fucking classical music. I bet there's some uppity fuck that thinks that their, you know, shit don't stink. Like, no, they just so happen to like classical music. Same exact shit. It's just, I'm going off fucking point here, but this is sickening. Like, it really is. I'm kind of glad that Gary Holt actually came forward and said something about it, and it has to be unnerving to think that you created something, somebody liked it a whole bunch, shared it, and then got arrested for doing it, because that's what's happening. And it also makes you wonder what the fuck is going on in Facebook. We already know for a fact that a lot of people are like, you know, don't post your actual personal information on there. Post what you are okay with being out there, because they are monitoring shit, and apparently monitoring things so goddamn closely that government institutions are keeping an eye on it, even though, you know, oh, it's not said to be happening. Get the fuck out of here. But, and all that shit with, like, the new Messenger app on the fucking phones. Christ, on a fucking goddamn cracker, I wonder sometimes. But this, your rights should not be invaded. Okay, the Constitution should not be meaningless. Like, and all this shit, like, it's fucking depressing. Like, it's one of those things where you look at the country and it's like, what are you now? Like, what have you just turned into? Like, it's corroded and rotting and dying from the inside because everything that it was founded on apparently is just fucking ash and blown away and isn't even there anymore. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are just like, well, we need to go and vote in other people. No matter who you vote in, there's an entire large grouping of people who are like, no, fuck this. Screw everything else. You're just goddamn fucking figurehead, if anything, that gets a sign off on some papers, and guess what we're gonna go and do? We're gonna go and keep trudging down this path because it's beneficial to us and the couple people that end up getting us in this position. And that's really about it. I fucking hate this. This is becoming damn near political commentary, and it's kind of hard not to. But I just hate the fact that some dude went to jail just for doing something that everybody else does that what isn't even fucking against the law. Freedom of speech, what does it fucking mean after a while? And it's one of my favorite things ever because everybody should have the freedom to be able to say what they want. Like, but this is just, fuck this. Fuck everything about this. Nobody's gonna get in trouble for this. That dude got to go to jail. He's gonna have this on his record for the rest of his fucking life. Nobody's going to care, like, whatsoever. It's just like, what the hell, man? Anyway, in the description, I'm posting the link to it. You can click on it, you can read it in full, you can see everything that was said about it. You know, you can go to the sources that story is, you can go and read up on all of it. It's an interesting read, but it's fucking depressing because it just kind of shows this is the hell that we're living in right now. Like, that's what we're living in. And it's not getting any better. No matter how many times people try, it's not getting any better because the powers that be don't really give a fuck. Like, what are we to them? Besides names on papers and fucking numbers. That's all that we are after a while. Unless we have shit tons of money or have a position of power that's able to go and do something that they care about, we are just names and numbers. That's really about it. All this over a fucking song. Can you believe it? Should you have to be scared now to go and do something like that? Should you have to live in fear from doing something so basic? No. But now with stuff like this, it kind of makes you second guess that. And I already know, oh, this isn't about fucking video games, why are you posting it? Why the fuck did you click on it then? Because it was quite clear that it wasn't. Just saying, but this is something I think people should know about. It's something I give a fuck about. It's about a band I give a fuck about. It's about a fucking metalhead getting screwed over. It's about a fellow American getting screwed over. This shit happens in other countries too. But I'm just fucking pointing at like this one of many stories. And it's just, it's fucked up. Like, it's just I already said what I have to say. Anyway, you already know the entire drill. Go read up on it. I don't feel like doing my exact outro because the fact is that this story and everything else that's happening fucking sucks.